lesson is about technique and coordination. What is that and what is it good for? Well, we can say that technique and coordination is an essential part of every kind of drumming, because it makes you become more comfortable with your instrument, that helps you express yourself on the drum kit. So, how can you practice technique? Well, there's a lot of ways to do it, and you also have a lot of books to choose from, like stick control, accents and rebounds, and many more. And those are good practices, but it's also very important to do them correctly to expand your skills. The problem with practicing technique is that it often becomes boring, and soon you lose your patience and start to play faster very quick. And that's not a proper practice. So, here's some tips to help your practice discipline a little bit. So what we're going to do now is the basic paradiddle that goes like this. Right hand, left hand, right hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, left hand. I show again. And to help our discipline, we're going to use a stopwatch and a metronome. It's now very important that you start in a slow tempo, so it feels kind of natural and relaxing. Let's take 80 BPM for example. Then you decide and settle a time. Let's take 20 seconds just to demonstrate. Then play it and be sure to stay focused all the time. Then increase the tempo and be sure to keep the relaxing way of doing it the whole time. If you do that, you will get results in a short time. You will feel that you have improved your timing and your playing is going to feel a lot easier. I will start this lesson with introducing a book called 4-Way Coordination. For those who haven't got it, I will now present the first exercises in this book so you can get a clue of the idea. The rhythm is only 8 notes and it starts with bass drum, then right hand 3 times, then left foot, then left hand 3 times, then right foot, then left hand, then left foot, then right hand. Like this. This practice is easy, but I'm now going to develop it. You'll see. When you do this exercise, it's a good thing to use a metronome and a stopwatch. Start in a slow tempo and play relaxed. Then you gradually increase the tempo. Now I'm going to show you how to group different odd meters. Let's start with a 5/8 beat. Either you can group it as 2+3, and if I accent the first beat in every group, the beat will go like this. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3. Or you can group it as 3+2. Then the beat will go like this. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. And now I'm going to apply that on the drum kit. I will play the accents on hi-hat and bass drum, and the rest on the snare. I start with 2+3. And now 3+2. Okay, so you get the idea. This is a way to think when you play odd meters, and you see that you get possibilities to form a groove using the different groups. I'm now going to play a 7/8 beat, which you can group 2+2+3. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Or you can group it as 3+2+2. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. I'm now going to show you how to form an easily played groove. I start with 2 plus 2 plus 3 and play all the 8 notes on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then I'm adding bass drum and play the first beat in every group, like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What I'm going to do now is that I change the last beat from bass drum to snare drum. Then it sounds like this. So, there you have a nice 7/8 groove, and of course you can develop that. You can also use the same idea when you play 3 plus 2 plus 2. And what I'm about to do now is that I play the first beat on the bass drum and the rest on the snare, like this. Another good exercise is to play the 8 notes on the hi-hat with both hands. And I start with 2 plus 2 plus 3. I'm now going to develop this groove, just to show you what you can do with it, and hopefully give you some new ideas to play odd meters. I'm now going to teach you a little about go strokes. And when we talk about go strokes, it's important to divide the go strokes into strong and soft. The go strokes are very often separated from the hi-hat. If I play 8 notes on the hi-hat, I play go strokes on 16 notes on the snare. Those go strokes we later can add in a basic groove like this. And then I'm adding the go strokes. To play the go strokes, you have to be relaxed. And it also takes a lot of practice and a high skill of technique to get a good touch. And for that, you can do some exercises, like this. One exercise is to play a double stroke and accent the second stroke instead of the first, like this. Then you can play 2 go strokes and then a strong one. When you begin to feel comfortable with the technique, you can start to experiment with the go strokes in a basic groove or more advanced.